Okay, so I want to like just, really show you guys some things that I feel like in my 8 years in the business that I've learned with what to put on your social media, what not to put on there, and why some of those things help. So I'm going to share my screen, I think. Oh gosh, there's like things on. I wasn't prepared. I was prepared. Okay. So wait, hold on. I don't think I did it right. I'm sweating now. Okay. Okay, so I believe I am sharing my screen. Can somebody give me a thumb, Melanie? Okay, thank you. I could see Melanie's face and I was like, oh gosh. Okay, you guys, so this is my profile. So I just want to like kind of touch on some things. Everybody's is going to be different. So don't feel like you have to make yours be exactly like mine. But I want to just talk about some things that are super important because you guys, like this is kind of one of the most important aspects of your business just because when people go to your page, like this is what they're going to see. This is kind of how they get to know who you are. And, especially with doing host to post and all the giveaways, you're having a lot of people that you don't personally know coming onto your Facebook page. And you don't want them to see, on your profile picture, a picture of a turtle because you love turtles. Turtles are great. I love turtles. They're cute. But I don't want to have my profile picture as one because I'm not a turtle. So really aim to have your profile picture you. And because you want that to be like what people are going to know when they come to my page, they're going to know who Lindsay Winkler is. They're not going to, you know what I mean? And that already puts an aspect of, like, I don't even know the word, like knowing each other, being familiar. I can't say that word, the word I want to say, but you know what I mean? So it kind of gives them that warm, fuzzy feeling like, okay, I know this person that I'm dealing with. So you want to really try to have your profile picture, a picture of you, and you could have like a picture of, you and your kids, you and your family, whatever it is, but you want to at least have you in there somehow. I get it. Some people, I feel like I see like old pictures of like maybe you and your grandma or, you and an old relative like from like 18 years ago. And while I think those are super great, there's other places that we can put that picture, but we really want to try to, and keep it current. You want your profile picture to be a current photo. You don't want it to be something that hasn't been updated in 5 years because you want people, again, to feel like they know who you are. And one of the other things, I feel like with my cover photo, I like to have, like, I try to do something kind of fun. Like right now it's like a little saying. I've done things before where I have like fun little pictures. Like I like to go on Pinterest and Google, like wallpaper for iPhone or something. Because then I can just put it on the background and crop it. And, it's like, I think around Christmas time, I had like candy canes or something, just something like fun. And that I think that just pulls people in, in the springtime, sometimes I have flowers, you can have like bright colors, whatever it is, but you can also put a picture in the back too, if you wanted to, of like your family or something. But again, like this is kind of like when people come to your page, this is the first thing that they're noticing. So you really want to think about what your profile picture and what your cover photo look like and what they say about you. So the next thing is like the bio part, making sure you have your name. Like I know some people, maybe for your job, you don't want to have your last name. Like I know a lot of teachers do like their first name and their middle name. That's totally fine, but you want it to be like at least your first name because you don't want people to come to your Facebook page and it says like Pretty Becky or something, or Pretty Sally, or Pretty Baby, or Mama's Little Princess, whatever you want to say. Just because, again, I'm really like coming up with these things. Just because you want people to feel like they know you. And if you have something on there that's not your name, they're not going to feel like that. They're going to be like, what? Like, I don't even know the person that I'm talking to. And I have here, like in my bio, you guys, like, this is super important. In your bio, you really want to avoid using the words. You don't want to put in there that you work for It Works. So it's super important not to put that in your bio. Like if you look at my bio right here, you would have no idea that I'm an It Works distributor. You're going to know I'm a wife. You're going to know that my husband likes to be outside. I have 3 kids. I have 2 great guardian angels, and I like fried food. Like, and that's really like a me in a nutshell. So I don't want people to know that I go to work for It Works. Now I love It Works. I have been doing this for 8 years. It is my life. It is my passion. I love it. But you know what? Some people, when they come to your page and if they're like, oh, she's a distributor for It Works, bye, they're not even going to give you the time of the day. They don't care what you're doing or what awesome things you have to say. They don't care. And unfortunately, that's just how things are. And, you know, and I'm not even just saying about It Works. Like there's a lot of things that, you know, people could see and it'll turn them off just because people have like whatever their own things that they're into. But it's really important, you guys, that you don't put that your job is It Works Global. Like I said, I'm been doing this for 8 years. I'm a presidential diamond and I do not have It Works in my job description. So really think about that. Just think of some, and it doesn't have to be as many things as I have, but really try to think of some key things that describe you. And I don't know, like if anybody, because I don't even know how to see the chat while I'm screen sharing, I'm not even going to try because we'll probably be in a big mess. But if anybody has any things they want to share in the chat of maybe some things that you guys have on your bio or some things like you think would be great, like drop them in the chat just for some new people or maybe other people who maybe they don't play around with their bio too much can put in there. But you guys, again, like this is so important because this is kind of like helps people get to know you. This is like your little about me section. What are things that you would feel like you want people to know about you? So then as we scroll down and like you can see over here, like on there, I don't feel like no one even looks at this, but you know, it tells where I went to school, where I live, who I'm married to. But even again in there, I don't have like even my whole job description of every place I've ever worked since I was 16 years old. That's not necessary. And I don't even know if anybody looks at that stuff. I kind of forget it's there every once in a while. I do try to make sure it's current. But anyway, so then we're going to get into posting. And you guys, like, I really want you to think about 3 things that really you're into. Like if it's family, your kids, sports, cooking, ballet, dance, you know, hiking outdoors, whatever you like, think about those things. And like, if you can't, jot 3 things down. But whenever I'm talking about this, I really want you guys to think about your own Facebook page, because those things that you're thinking about that you're really into, you want to be thinking, okay, do I talk about that on my Facebook page? Do I share those things on my page? And if you're saying, no, I don't, you really want to start doing it. Because you guys, like, I feel like especially being new, you know, and not even new, but maybe you've been in the business a while, but you don't understand why it matters what you post on your Facebook. Like, well, I'm the distributor for It Works. I'm trying to get people to buy my products. I want people to know that I like our products. Why does it matter what else I post? Why is that important? And you guys, it really is because, again, like you want people to get to know you. You want people to feel like they know things about you, and maybe you only know them on social media and you've never met them in your life. You know, you live in the same state. Like I have people that I don't even like know, but I know them from social media because I like follow their journey. They share things about their life. They share their interests. And it makes me feel like I know them. It gives me that warm, fuzzy feeling. And with this business, we want people to feel like they know us. If people are comfortable with this, they trust us. They feel like, okay, you know what? I really like the kinds of things that she says, and I don't think she would steer me wrong. So I'm going to pay attention to what she's posting about those products. Or, you know, well, if she likes it, like, I feel like this isn't typically something she'd be into. So I want to kind of pay attention to what she's saying. Or, you know, she always keeps it real. And if she's saying these things, I think I should look into it, kind of thing. But you guys, you want to have a good mixture of you in with your It Works post. So I'm just going to kind of show you some things that I have on my page. And, you know, so I have like a business post, but I have my face out there. I know some of you hear the word selfie and you're like, no thanks. Like, no way. I hate taking pictures. I get it. I was that same way. But you guys, like, it's so important to have your face out there. And something you can think about is, I feel like awkward, like staring at me. You can think about is, you know, maybe there's a day that you are going out to dinner or you're getting ready for something and you have your makeup, your hair done, and you're like, this like never happens. Guess what? You can like take multiple pictures that same day. Just kind of change your pose, go inside, go outside, do whatever you have to do just to kind of change it up. But you don't have to get ready every single day to take a picture. Shoot, look at me. That was before I even took a shower. And I'm like dirty hair and no like kind of like, put together at all. But I posted that picture because again, that's me. This is how I am. If I got on here with all kinds of makeup and my hair curled, people would be like, what the heck is she doing? So, just be you. So I have my face out there talking about the business. Then I have like a funny quote. Those are things I like to share. I like to have a sense of humor. I like to be sarcastic. And again, I feel like this pulls people in, you guys. Like people are going to relate to me because of things that I post. Let's see what else. And then I have like a, color background, like sharing before and after pictures. Last night I had another picture of me putting my face out there. I've got another funny little meme. Like you guys will kind of start to see with me, here's my face, but I'm also talking about my coffee and what it's doing for me. So you guys can kind of start to see like the pattern of, how I'm changing it up. And then here's like an interaction post, 131 comments on this. And all I asked if you'd rather have a maid or a chef. And again, I don't really know what I'm going to do with this post yet. I know I can go message them about the business. I can message about host a post. But in reality, when I did this post, all I was wanting to do was get interaction. Because you guys, another reason why it's important to post other things, not just the business, with Facebook, they want you to interact with people. They want people to interact with you. So if you can post something that is going to get a reaction from people, that's actually going to boost how much Facebook is showing your It Works post to your newsfeed. So again, like I have 131 people commenting on this post. That's boosting the amount of people that are seeing my stuff. And guess what? I can go through all of these people. I can go to their page and interact with them. And if I scroll through all of these comments, I'm going to have a ton of people on there that don't usually like and comment on my post. And it's going to be bumping my It Works post into different people's pages. So it's super important, just to ask a question sometimes. And it doesn't have to be for any reason. I've seen people at thin crust or thick crust pizza, hot coffee or cold coffee, whatever you want to ask, just to get people like to share their opinion. Even if it literally means nothing, or if it's for nothing, people like to put in their 2 cents. So again, like I'm just trying to show you guys, there's just a good, I got some of my kids on here. So people are going to know I'm a mom. They know I've got crazy kids. So like, I feel like, and maybe you guys will be like, if you saw my post, there's a before and after, like you would feel like, okay, I know some stuff about Lindsay. Like I know what she looks like I know some of the things that she's into, and you just kind of would go, you feel like, me, you feel like a warm and fuzzy. So I really want you guys to think about that when you're posting, a good mixture, and something that you're going to notice. Can anybody? Oh, I can't even tell if you did. But I was going to say, what's something that I'm doing that you are noticing I'm not doing? I'm not sharing a bajillion posts about every single thing in the world. I do not share anything. Okay? Because when I'm sharing something, when you share, even if you post, that's another thing. I'm getting all over the place. I got to reel it in. So I'm going to say this really quick. You'll notice when I'm posting. So let's see, that was 23 hours ago. And then I have one 10 hours ago. And then 4 hours ago. And then this one just happened. So for today, you guys, I only have 3 posts that I've done today for the whole entire day. This post I just did is like my last post for the day. I have 3 posts that I did for the day. I don't ever post more than 3 times. Sometimes I might post 4 if I'm feeling extra froggy, but typically I don't post more than 3 times a day. And that's because with Facebook, the more you post close together, the more your posts are actually competing with each other to be seen in your newsfeed. So if I made this post 53 minutes ago and I go up there and make another post and then another post in the next 4 minutes, guess what? Everybody that's on Facebook, and that's my Facebook friend, is not going to see all 3 of those posts. And if I'm posting those things, more than likely it's because I want people to see them. It's because I think they're awesome. I think they're funny. I think it's inspirational, whatever. But Facebook's not going to show them. So you have to space out your posts, you guys. So don't be posting something and then 2 minutes later you post something else and then you go post something else. Don't do that. Space them out. Like I said, I try to do morning, noon, and evening. Morning, late afternoon, evening. But with the sharing, you don't want to go through and share all kinds of stuff because again, you're going to screw it up. Facebook's not going to be showing all of your posts to everyone. You've shared 800 things about, the quiz. What kind of potato are you? What kind of pizza would you be? What kind of, shoe are you? All those crazy, silly, fun quizzes. But you know what? When say someone goes to your page, they're for whatever reason you popped up as someone you might know, and they go to your page and they're having to sit here and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. Or maybe, they wanted to go see a post that you made about your product and they have to scroll and scroll and scroll. And they're going to be like, gosh, like, I don't even know where that post is. I don't even care anymore. And they're moving along. So you want to keep a nice little mix of everything on your page. Like, and again, I'm not telling you can't share, a recipe you like, or you can't share a funny meme that you like. But something I always do is I always save the post. Like, so say this picture, I saw someone else posted it. I saved the picture as my own, and I posted it. I didn't share it from the other person because again, like you're giving, not that you, like you're giving credit to that person, but it's almost like boosting up that person's post because Facebook's like, oh wow, she's sharing that person's post. Like, that person must post really great stuff. Let's show their stuff more. It's not doing anything for you other than taking up useless spot on your newsfeed. Okay. I'm trying to think if there was, one other thing I wanted to say about my profile or our profiles before I stop doing this. You'll notice that all of my posts, like they have this little globe here. That means it's public so that anybody can see these posts, even if they're not my Facebook friend. And for me, that's super important because if someone comes to my page that I'm not friends with, I want them to be able to see this stuff because I don't want them to say, oh, she only and make all my It Works posts public, but my private one, my personal stuff, not. Because I don't want someone to come to my page and be like, oh, all this person ever does is talk about It Works. I don't want to be their Facebook friend. They're just going to try to sell me something. No, I want them to see, oh, wow, like she's kind of funny. Maybe someone's into like the same kind of sense of humor that I am. They're going to see, oh, what's she talking about? They're going to see a picture of me. They're going to just be able to pull them in. I'm funny again. I have inspirational stuff on here too. So I know some of you guys are probably thinking, well, I don't want certain people to see certain things about me. Like I need to be more private. And that's okay. You guys don't have to share every single little thing. If you don't want some people to see pictures of your kids, then don't share pictures of your kids. But you can share, positive quotes, funny memes, pictures of, your dinner or you outside walking or whatever. Just start sharing other things so it's a little more personal. It's not just so much like an It Works ad. One other, I feel like I just said this too, but I feel like I have like so many ideas, but I promise I'm almost done. Another thing, you guys, that you'll notice that I don't do is I don't post like pictures from like the It Works like website of the product. If I'm posting about a product, I'm sorry, I know I'm like scrolling through, but I'm trying to find a picture. It's like something that I'm taking a picture of myself, or I'm going to find a picture that someone else took themselves holding the picture or holding the product. Just again, because you don't want to seem like a spammy ad. And I was trying to see if I could find anything, but I don't know that I could. I go, oh, and there's like my BFF. See, I took a picture of that, but it was already made up. So again, it's something people are like, what is in that drink? Or what is that? But you can see like you don't go on here and I'm not using pictures that should be in stories because sometimes those can look salesy. Like my coffee, here's just a simple picture of me holding my coffee cup. And you guys might think it's crazy, but these kind of pictures get like tons of reaction. People, are asking questions. So just think about that too. You won't see any pictures that look like an ad, like look salesy. That's a picture from the website, or it's a picture like, from somewhere else that is from the product. Oh, look, there's our friend Mandy. Look at her. She's on the Zoom right now. Whoop, whoop. Check it out, girl. And here's another interaction post. So you guys just see, I have a good little mix of, there's my kid doing a weird pose. People like ate that up. You know, when you can share kids doing stuff. There's another coffee picture. You guys, it's simple stuff. Like, you don't have to do anything complex. There's another picture of me holding my coffee cup. You know, you're probably like, oh, if we see one more of those. But you know, that's like what helps you guys. Like, this is the stuff that pulls people in. It makes them curious. Why are you talking about your coffee again? So just think about that as you're thinking about your post. You know, here's a cleanse one. So I didn't just take a picture of like the box of the cleanse off the website. I found a drink. Like, I literally went on Pinterest and put like tropical fruit drinks, and this is what came up and I used it. So just something that's like appealing to the eye. I'm gonna stop screen sharing really quick so I can even see if people were even still on there. I saw like 4 people and I was like, gosh, are these only 4 people on? So again, like, I know this stuff probably seems like for some of you super like basic, but you guys, like, your profile is just so important because it talks about you, who you are. It's going to make people either want to be a part of what you're doing or not be a part of it. It's going to help you find people who can relate to you, who maybe have the same interest as you. And realistically, if they're following you, probably when you go look at their page, they're going to be into similar things as well. And you're going to be able to interact with them. But you have to remember, like, you're going to attract what you put out. So if you're like complaining and being negative and just kind of like, ugh, you're going to attract those same kind of people. But if you're like, you know, being positive, being, you know, inspiring, even if you feel like you're not, but you're just trying to put out positive stuff, that's the kind of people you're going to pull in. You're going to pull in people that want more, that want to do better. Okay. So, you guys are all like looking at me like so attentively. I'm like, oh, does anybody think anything? So those are like kind of just the main things I wanted you guys to talk about: your profile picture, your cover photo, your bio, making sure you don't have anything about it works in there, and just really think about the things that you're posting and whether or not it's really indicative of you and what your interests are. Because we want you to still be you and sprinkle in a little bit of it works. But you have to remember that this is a business. You have to remember that Facebook has a way that it works. So we can't post boom, 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 and expect all of our posts to do what they're supposed to. Space them out. Even if you have to for tomorrow, like, save some for the next day, whatever it is, you know, but just trust me on this. Like, I've been doing this long enough that I know the ways to post. I know the right things to do. And that's one of the things. Space out your post and add more of you. Even if you only have one post a day about it works, that's okay. A lot of times that's what I do. Sometimes, you know, I'll do a product in the morning and a business in the evening, but you don't have to feel like everything you post has to be about It Works. We don't want that. You're not an It Works robot. You're awesome because of who you are, and you're going to pull people in and have them interested because of who you are and the things that you're into. It's going to attract those people. So, really quick before we close out, does anybody like have a question or anything? You could put it in the chat. You could raise your hand. I like at least one person to ask a question. If you guys don't ask, I'm gonna have to message someone and tell them they better ask a question. Otherwise, or is there's like something else you want to share? Okay, Christy. Well, thank you, Christy. You guys should all message Christy after this and tell her thank you. Okay, I think I asked to unmute you. Wait, I didn't unmute. You're not unmuted, Christy. There you go.
How's that?
Now I can hear you.
Okay. So really quickly, your thoughts on stories, as far as, because stories I've heard need to be a little bit different than just what you're going to post in your news feed. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, like, do you mean, and I need to be better about my stories. Way to call me out. But do you mean like as far as like having it more business oriented or
I guess what I'm thinking is, do you also with the stories kind of layer your post, or like if you're talking about a product, do you like to, so for instance, say I'm talking about the Slimming Gummies, I might have a text that somebody sent me about the Slimming Gummies and like how much they love them and that they've already lost weight and they're so, so like maybe picture of a text and then maybe a picture of me, before and afters. Or what are your thoughts on that? I love the gummies, and so I've been posting more about it, and that's kind of how I've been doing it. I've been feedback from other people that have gotten like screenshots of that. And then just pictures of me, taking them, holding them, talking about how much I've lost.
Yeah. Well, I think with stories, it definitely is different. Like you can't, because even when I do them and I should, like, I know I need to be better. I know, because when I do post on my stories, I always get comments and messages, but, like I do post, like, I feel like you do want to, it's always okay to be like, boom, 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 because you want people to keep watching the entire, every slide. And so
Okay.
say you post like 5, it's almost like, I know it sounds stupid, but like a story, like, oh, like, would you want to try a gummy that blah, blah, blah. And then the next slide is a before and after, and maybe saying a little bit about what it does. And then the next one is another, you know what I mean? Like it's like a progression. You want to make people keep watching it. And then at the end say, I have 5 spots open for my discount. And then you have the poll and it's like, how much, or I want a spot, you know what I mean? So you've said what it is, you show them before and afters. And now at the end, you're like, hey, who wants to try it? So that I think it is different. Stories are only up there for, I think, 24 hours anyways. So it's okay to have that boom, boom, boom.
And do you follow up with your stories? Like if somebody likes it or even makes a comment like, beautiful or something like that, do you then message them back and say something like, thank you so much, you would love them, or something like that?
That's what I mean. Yes, I feel like you should do that because that is really smart. Because again, you're getting in their inbox and you're building up that interaction. And I feel like when people like comment, even if they would say like, "Oh, you're so beautiful," or "Wow, you look great," like it's always like kind of like a little crumb that they're leaving. Like there's something that is interesting to them. And if you message them and just say, hey, thanks so much, like I know you love these, even if they say, oh no, I'm good, I just wanted to support you, okay, great, thanks so much, I really appreciate it. But you never know, they could be like, well, just go ahead and tell me more. So I don't think there's anything wrong with reaching out to those people.
Okay.
And
I
if
like
someone
that.
else has more information about the stories, they could probably tell you.
Yeah, Christy was using the polls that she really likes that, and asking questions. It really is working for her.
Yeah, and like Melanie said in the chat, there is 30 days of posting ideas and vision casters. And I think I've seen somewhere before with like story ideas. And I know like the Telegram app, there's a lot of stories on there. And you can, I think, I used to like screenshot other people's stories and like use them for mine because I'm not creative or good at that.
Now that you mention it, yours and Jen's both.
Well, you can steal right away. So yeah, so those are like, that's what I would think. Yeah, like stories are kind of different. You can post on top of each other because it is like only a 24-hour thing. It is like a bleep kind of mode. Like you only have like a small amount of time to get their attention with that. And it is like something that you want them to continue watching the whole way through.
Okay.
So anybody else have any questions? You guys all can be so happy that Christy said something. I hope this was helpful, you guys. Like I know, like I literally could probably talk about this topic like all day long, but it is something super important. And the big thing is just getting comfortable with it, getting into a routine of posting, feeling, and like, again, like I know I showed you guys my post or my page, and I'm not saying you have to go and do exactly what I'm doing, but use my example as a template. And say, okay, in the morning, post something, in the afternoon, and just start thinking about the things that you enjoy and sprinkle those in there. But I really feel like once you get into that groove, you're going to notice that people are going to start being more interactive. People are going to start, almost like you're going to, we all have those people that are like, oh my gosh, I love watching your stuff, or I love waiting to see what you're going to post, because it just comes like a habit for people to want to see what you're posting and what you're sharing. So that's all I have. I appreciate you guys hopping on today.